What's
Hey,
up?
what's going on, man? How
How you
are you?
doing?
I'm all
Doing
right.
well,
How
man.
about yourself?
Staying busy. Got my
Good.
jug
Glad to
ready
see
to
you.
go.
How's everything going with you?
Good, man.
You work
Starting
out today?
throwing. Yep, getting ready. Trying to keep some sort of normalcy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I
As
hear
best
that.
as we can.
Yeah, I definitely hear that, man. Are you did you work like after your workout? Did you do anything else today? Getting ready for the holidays? What's going on?
I did a little bit of Christmas shopping this morning before the workout, which was good. Um,
All
just
right.
chipping it away, man. I got to get presents for my family. I'm an only child, so I grew up. It was always just got to get presents for my parents. But my girlfriend has a huge family,
Okay.
and they spoil me with gifts. So I've got to pay for their gifts, and it's endless, man.
I hear you.
It's it
You're
never ends.
on giving. All right.
Hey,
Um,
man, I love giving though. Giving gifts is better than receiving. I think it's
I agree.
the best thing, man. How about yourself? You staying busy?
Yeah, man. Busy as ever. I feel like even though we have this quarantine, this COVID pandemic is going on, I feel like during this time it's been very, people don't really, you know, uh, your time management is a little different, because everybody knows you're at. Uh,
Right.
so you have more, they have more access to you. But let's jump into it. Thanks for joining us. Just a little intro.
Before I start,
Yeah.
these
Oh, what's up? Go ahead.
are
Oh, you're rocking the shorts. Oh, even better.
are
Yes.
fire.
Yes. 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 Okay.
My man, when I first saw these, I
Uh-huh.
saw these on your page. I don't know who was wearing them, whether it was JaVale or somebody was wearing them, and I was like, yo, these are some of the sickest things I've ever seen. And I
Yeah.
was praying. I was like, bro, I hope they send me a pair of these.
you got your pair of shorts, man.
It's the best. It's the best
Yeah,
Christmas present.
oh, yeah, perfect. We just put those back on the site, I believe.
I'm gonna
Days.
make sure people get
Yeah,
these. These are
we just put those back on the site. So you're the first person with them. Go ahead, man. Rock,
appreciate.
rock them. Support. We
They're
appreciate
comfy. They're nice. They're stylish. You know
it.
what you're doing.
All right, man. So I want to welcome everybody to Hydration HQ with Augie Sylk. Is that how you say your last name?
Yep.
Sylk?
Yep. Silk. So it's like the
That is
fabric, but with a Y.
that is a dope last name, man.
Thank
That
you,
is
my man.
a great last name. Like, so,
Appreciate you.
all right, so Augie, so tell me, just tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Like,
All right.
tell me, let the people know. Who are you?
My name's Augie Sylk. I grew up in Pacific Palisades, California. It's a small little beach town right by Santa Monica, in between Santa Monica and Malibu. For those of you who are from the West Coast, I grew up with I was an only child, and I grew up with sports being everything. I understood at a young age that you've got to have sports. I have to have sports to make friends. So I don't have
Right.
brothers, I don't have sisters, and you know I was fortunate to be able to play everything from basketball to baseball to ice hockey and I mean everything. And my my you know my path into baseball was definitely different for everybody, or for myself personally. I didn't start playing really till I was 12 or 13, and that's late, considered in baseball. And I grew up playing ice hockey actually, which was my number one sport, which you can imagine in Southern California playing ice hockey. It's not the easiest thing.
Right.
Um,
Wait,
but
but
when I
how
first,
hold on, playing ice hockey in Southern California. So how does that like? I'm guessing you have to drive hours and hours just to get to an
yes,
skating rink. Like, how does that work?
we had so there was an ice rink in Panorama City in the Valley, which we had a 5:30 a.m. ice time. You had these weird ice times. This is 5:30. I'm 8, 9 years old, and
Right.
my parents would. Oh man, the traffic getting out to this place, they couldn't stand it. And, I'm fortunate that they were willing to drive me there, and before work, before class, before school. And when I told them, hey, I think I want to play baseball. I grew up with a park 50 feet from my house, and they said, baseball, that's right there. You don't have to drive anywhere. They were thrilled.
Right.
And it was just to me, it was baseball being such a global sport at such a young age, being able to compete at that level and then be able to play internationally and represent my country and see what it's like on a global stage really is kind of what brought me into this, is what made me so interested in jug life and understanding how to make a difference.
So one of my questions is, what made you? I mean, you kind of already started talking about it, but what made you? First of all, how did you find Jug Life? Like, how did you find
Okay.
this? What's that story?
So this is an interesting story. When I first went to spring training in February of last year, the nutritionist was there, and that was like kind of my first time meeting everybody with the Royals, and spring training's in Arizona. And we went there, and I started kind of just paying attention. It was the first time I had played with guys from different countries, guys from Curacao, guys from the Dominican Republic, from Japan, from Korea, Cuba, all over. And it was awesome. I love the cultural experience of that. But one thing I understood, really stuck out to me, is the Latin guys don't drink water. They don't want to drink water. I never see them drink water. They're always drinking Gatorade, and they're really always drinking juice. And this was like, I grew up with like juice being like whatever. Like I grew up drinking water, and I never understood what is the obsession with juice. And I asked my nutritionist, and she was always making jokes with the players, because guys were getting really out of shape. I mean, they would drink a gallon of juice a day, and the amount of sugar, that's in juice. I mean, it's not good for you. And I asked her, I said, what's the reason behind that? And she said, in the Dominican, especially, they don't have clean water. And it was really like a realistic, sad truth to me that like they don't have clean water. So they drink juice at such a young age. Their babies giving them juice. And I was like, man, that is so messed up. Why is nobody doing anything about that? Some of the best players to ever play the game of baseball are Latin. I would say most of them are. Dominican, Cuban, Puerto Rican. What do you mean they don't have clean water? Water is life, man. Water is everything. As you know, I don't have to tell you that.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was just on my mind. And I don't even really know how I came across it. I think I saw it on Instagram, saw some post about it. And I said, man, that is just what I was talking about. I want to reach out. And I sent you guys a DM. I didn't even really think anything of it. I was just like, man, I love what you guys are doing. I would love to be involved in any way that I can help and branch out and help the baseball world.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how this whole thing started. And man, I just personally want to say how an unbelievable job you guys are doing. It's an amazing concept that is so underlooked, I think.
Right. And that leads into like the next segment, because I don't even know if you know my story of why we even started this, and the biggest thing is you hit it right on the nail. It was because I was watching a basketball playoff series, and while we were watching the series, I noticed during the commercial breaks that Gatorade, Sprite, all these commercials were being shown about just these sports drinks and how they benefit these players to play better. But I know that these players drink water the majority of the time. These top athletes drink water. And there were no cool water commercials. There were none. When you think of just, you're bored. But these are what the kids are watching. They want to be like you guys. They want to be like the athletes. And so that's what they're thinking. And I said, this isn't cool. We need to make water cool. We need to change the narrative. All right. I read a study that over 83% of Americans don't drink enough water on a daily basis just to stay hydrated on a basis. So
100%.
Why is that? Because in America, we have access to water. We actually have access to water, but over 83% of us don't drink enough water. And it's because we don't.
Blows my mind.
Yeah, it's literally because the lack of education, the knowledge of not knowing how much water to drink on a daily basis. The average will say like, "Hey, I had a cup of water today," like thinking that meets their limit. Like you just have a cup, two glasses, like glass in the morning when you wake up. That's what, and so when I share these numbers with them, or how much they're supposed to be drinking on a daily basis, everybody's is surprised, and they're like, "Whoa, this is crazy." So
Right.
that I'm very fortunate enough that talking to somebody like you, who's actually in this industry of sports,
Right.
and you've been drinking water at such a young age, and
Right.
you know this, but a lot of kids don't, and so we
Right.
want to get the message out there to a lot of people. Now, which leads me to my next question. So, what do you do, and how, at a certain age, when did you realize that water was important to you? Even though now you saw these athletes and
Right.
you're drinking water, but when did you learn that this was important to you?
I think, I was very fortunate at a very young age to have parents who were very involved in my childhood and very involved in my upbringing and knowledge of nutrition and health benefits. And, my parents never let me drink Gatorade. I can't say, I still don't drink Gatorade. I mean, I never really drank Gatorade,
Okay,
or Powerade or any of those things. And
right,
from a young age, my dad would put a glass of water. I mean, he still does it. Puts a glass of water right when I wake up. He beats me to it. There's a glass of water sitting right there for me. And you don't think about it, but it's like this starts my day. It starts the engine in here, right?
right,
Before coffee, before any of that stuff. Water is the most important thing. People think they need a cup of coffee. Try 2 cups of water before you get going.
right,
And I think it was always just something so simple to me that, like, okay, water is life. Water is awesome. Like, I need water. And you guys hit it right on the nose. You know what I mean? Water was boring. It was mundane. It didn't look cool. It didn't have cool colors. Nobody cared, you know. And you guys made water cool, or are making water cool. And I think that's awesome. And I think just in the climate that we are, I mean, voting is becoming cool, right? Like,
exactly,
voting was boring.
right,
Like, now voting is cool. It's a necessary thing. And water is necessary. And
right,
we had an alkaline system put in when I was probably 10, 11 years old, before I even knew what the word alkaline meant, what pH levels were, right? And we always just, like, I drink water. We had a constant flow of alkaline water in my house. And I didn't realize, like, how fortunate I was until, recently, that, there's people in this country who don't even have clean water, who don't even have the knowledge. And I think it starts with an understanding and an education from the parents to
mhm.
know that, like, the kids need to be drinking water more.
I
Not,
agree.
not like juice boxes are a thing of the past.
I agree. I agree. And
You know, and
that's why we have one of our programs that we do here is we call it water education tours, where
right,
we
right,
go to these schools and we talk to the youth about, drink more water, the benefits of water, right? Water conservation, saving water, the
right,
benefits of water put into your body is important.
right,
And also philanthropy, that people don't have access to this. And we
right.
need to provide, it's our obligation, for the human race to provide, everybody should have access to clean water,
Yeah.
right?
And
And
that's,
that,
to me, like, that's a bare minimum. Like, you can strip everything else away, like nice food, organic food, all that's important. But bro, if you don't have water, like, first of all, you can't survive. I mean, that's
oh,
just a plain out fact. You can't live without water.
right.
You
You
know,
can't.
and I mean, with Africa and all these other countries, I mean, it's so sad, and there needs to be change with that.
Yeah, definitely. And so we going out to Uganda, certain parts of Uganda,
Right,
and for us, obviously I started this, for people who don't know, I'm a co-founder. I started this with JaVale McGee, NBA player. When we started this, it set out to change the narrative of water, making water cool. And it was about being healthy and active on a daily basis, right? With encouraging people to drink water. And one of the things that we noticed is that sports played a valuable role in our lives. And it taught us things like how to work well with others, coming together for one common goal. And you notice in countries and in certain cities, kids don't have access to play youth sports or to do anything like that, So we wanted to build a complex. And that's something that we're looking to build in 2021. building a sports complex where kids can have access to youth sports after school. To keep their kid, to keep them with those same characteristics and values that we had when we were kids. So I want to ask you, what do you do? I know baseball is something that's your profession now, but outside of baseball, what do you do to stay not healthy, fit, outside of just playing baseball and training for that every day? Because I know that can be mundane.
Right. I think that, to start off, I think baseball is a platform, right? Like baseball is, to me, I'm using it to inspire people I mean, kids, like we just talked about, it's everything. It's the next generation. We need kids to thrive, right? And I love working with kids, and it's something it's a dream of mine. It's something that, unfortunately, due to the pandemic, I wasn't able to have the kids camp that I wanted to this year, but it's something that I do very much have every intention of having next year, or hopefully as things get better. But I think, in terms of, I mean, you go through a process, you go through a long season, it gets boring, it's mundane, right? There's not a lot of, just, you got to keep yourself busy. And for me, I think finding ways to help the community, finding ways to help some kid, I may never meet him. He may not even speak my language, but if I can help him in some way, that brings the greatest joy to me. And I feel that as an obligation, that I need to do that. So that's what I try to spend as much time as I can off the field. I mean, the majority of our time is off the field or off the court, right? And to me, it's a no-brainer, man. I have the platform and the ability to do that, being in Southern California, having resources in different avenues. Man, that is what I do off the field, definitely.
So we try to do things because for the longest time, again, our focus and our mission is about being healthy and active, right? And encouraging people to drink more water on a daily basis. So somewhere along the way, the narrative, for us, it was like, oh yeah, we just built water wells, right, in Africa. And it's like, no, that's not where we started. We started, people to be healthy, and just the awareness of drinking water is where our mission to our core, what it is. What we noticed, as we were telling everybody, drink more water, there were people that were reaching out to us and saying, we would love to drink more water, but we don't have access to it. So instead of us just saying, oh, well, no, we decided to do something about it, right? So with that being said, we also focus on doing things about staying healthy and active. So we're having a hike this Saturday. Come on out.
I would love to.
We're going to hike. We do bike rides. We do fitness classes, but because we want to do that to keep that narrative going, that being healthy and active is cool. Drinking water is cool, right? And those are the things that we want to do. Now, tell me, you have the water bottle. Give me the pros, not the cons, of the water bottle.
This is perfect. Not too big. I'm not even going to talk about the cons. It is the perfect size. I'm able to, what, is it 2 a day?
If people don't know, if you drink 2 of those a day, it equals a gallon.
Which I think, I try to do. My goal is a gallon a day. And I think I've always been told, a half to 2/3 of your body weight in ounces. Right. So, from 200 pounds, it's still a gallon a day, 128 ounces. It's doable. It's hard, but it's doable. So, I love this thing, man. It's gorgeous. It's cool. First of all, it's awesome looking. Nobody has it. That's what I like about it. Everyone's carrying around these boring water bottles. No, I got this, man. And I loved when I had this. I had one originally, and my girlfriend's dog literally ate my water bottle. I can say that.
Even happen. How does the dog eat the water bottle?
That's my fault. The cap was the only thing still attached. This was completely.
I get what you're saying. I get it.
So Um, I want to help in any way I can. Just have more guys get this. I mean, it's practical, first of all.
It is, right?
It's
It's very
football.
practical. It's
I
very.
mean,
It's,
I'm going to bring it to training. I mean, it's everybody needs to have one of these.
mhm. Very
Period. There's no question about it.
cool because you don't have to really think about how much water you need to drink. If you want to reach people want to reach their gallon goal a day. It's like, okay, just fill that up twice and you're done. It's not too big where you got to carry it around there, like and lug it
Right.
around. Keep it's like
It's stylish.
cool. Yeah, water's your
It's
best.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way we like to do it, man. We also do some trivia questions. So just I want to just rapid fire with you real
Let's
quick.
do it. I'm ready.
So tell me. We're gonna name drop a little bit as well too. All right. So
Let's do it.
all right. Fiji or Essentia?
Say it again.
Fiji water or Essentia water?
Fiji.
Ooh, okay. Country or rap?
Rap.
Okay.
Baseball. The baseball's full of country, but rap. I mean,
Okay.
come on now.
Okay. Okay. All right. Here goes another one. Baseball or basketball?
Now that's a hard. Okay, baseball because I play it. Watching it, basketball. Sorry.
Watching the basketball. Okay.
Watching it. It's so baseball is boring.
Okay.
I get it. When people say baseball is boring, I understand it. It is. It's long. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You ever try to play fantasy baseball? If there's anybody who's tried to play fantasy baseball, man, that is ridiculous.
I have not played fantasy baseball.
Don't get it.
I've not done it. Okay. Here we go. Hot or cold?
Hot. No.
Okay.
What am I saying, man? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's my first thing to go to because I like warming up better than I like cooling down.
Yeah.
But I said hot. Okay. Interesting.
No,
Maybe today.
I'd rather be cold because for me, I can, I can warm up. I can put layers on personally. So I can control the temperature. Yeah. But then being hot, it's like, what can you
irritable.
do?
No.
Yeah. Not much you can do. So, okay.
I'm taking cold showers. You ever take cold showers?
No, I don't prefer that at all. I don't like it. But
no, I hate it, but it is so good for
you. Cold showers. I do the. Do you do cryotherapy?
I haven't done cryotherapy. We were talking about that at training today. What
Really?
What do you think about cryotherapy?
I mean, it's cool technology for recovery.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an expert in it, but I've done it a few times, and it's cold, very, very cold. And as long as it gets me healthy, I'm all for it. So I'm not the one that complains about ice baths, whatever. I'll do it all if it gets me to recovery.
Yeah. There you go.
Healthy faster, whatever I need to do to be safe. So
cold showers also limit the amount of water you're using because you want to get out of there fast.
That is very true. How long of a shower do you normally take? What is your average shower time?
Less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes. Did you know?
I was never a guy who wants to get in there and just get all stay in there and let the no. I'm getting in. I'm getting out.
Get in, get out. Did you know taking a 5-minute shower uses more water and than a third world country uses in an entire day? Somebody in a third world country uses.
That's crazy.
Okay.
So every one of you who's taking a 40-minute shower, no more.
Right. 40.
You're done.
Even 15, 10. Like if you 5 minutes, you're using more water than someone in a third world country uses in an entire day. So just food for thought. Keep that in mind.
Thank you for that.
All right.
There's a lot of people I know who take way too long in showers. I'm gonna make sure they know that.
Me too. Some of them are watching. So
yeah.
Right. So look, man, I want to wrap this up by saying thank you for coming on, spending time with me. I see you have your water bottle. You're wearing our basketball shorts.
Yeah, let me show these again. Anybody?
I'm glad. Yes. All right. We appreciate you, man. Definitely.
Kaz, man, you're the man. I appreciate you so much.
Right. Until next time.
100%.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us for our hydration.
Thanks, guys.
See you next time. I'm Kez Reed.
Augie Sylk.
Out.
Yes, sir.